All right, if you are looking to get monetized on social media, so through YouTube, TikTok, that's kind of what I'm going to be talking about in this episode. I just within a few months got monetized on YouTube, and I learned a lot there, so I want to share that information that I learned with you guys. TikTok I've been monetized on for a while now, but I kind of figured that beast out, so I wanted to share some information about what I know with that. And this one is going to be rolled out to a lot of people semi soon. Wow. Hey, Max, English. But anyway, that one's coming up. They just randomly rolled out the Reels bonuses feature to me, so I'm getting paid to make Reels now, and they pay pretty stinking well in there, so I'm glad about that. But for the things that I can help everybody else out with right now are YouTube and TikTok, and this is a question that I get all the time, and it's really kind of one answer that answers a lot of different things, but also like a million different answers. So that's what we're going to talk about. First off, let's dive right into the TikTok stuff, and then we'll go to YouTube. So we'll start small and then we'll get big. But I'm going to keep this episode short too, by the way. If you're listening at this point, I don't want you to think this is going to be like a long, dragged out thing. I'm just going to cut right to the facts. So for TikTok, I now have, as of right now, I have 44,000 followers on there, and I've learned a lot about it. I've made several TikToks where, like way back, where one TikTok was, me looking at something goofing, and another TikTok was me like skating. Another was like a clip of my friend doing some funny thing. And through doing that, I would see like different views. I'd see like 100 views. I'd see like 196 on something. I'd see 438. And it was always like this weird thing where I couldn't get past like 500 for some reason. And what I was quick to find out is how it works. TikTok wants you to make one very specific thing. And when I say that, it's one specific thing that differentiates you from everybody else, and that's why people follow you. And you have to give people a reason. You have to remember, like, you have to watch your own videos on there and then ask yourself, like, would I want to follow myself, if that makes sense. So for me, what I did is I love skateboarding, and I saw a bunch of people like posting skate clips, but I never saw anybody talking about skate parks when I made my account. So I was like, I could be the guy talking about skate parks, and that ended up working out for me. Because people are curious to learn more about different skate parks, and especially if, like, with people that are from all sorts of different countries on TikTok. And so that was what worked for me. Now, I also started up a second TikTok where I make little how-to edit TikToks on this other account, and it's doing kind of well right now. But it's just very like quick, like 20-second like how-tos with Adobe Premiere, and people seem to really enjoy that. So I say that to say that if your thing is like, if you're music, right, you don't want to just be like that cover person, because like, why is that different from another person playing covers? You get me? Like, if you're doing music, you might want to be the person that is like, I don't know, for lack of a better artist name, for some reason this is what popped into my head, but let's say you could be like the artist that specifically does covers of Doja Cat songs because you sound like Doja Cat. I don't know. You get what I'm trying to say? I think that would work in a hypothetical that you were like, you sounded similar, or maybe you're the person that is the one talking about why these new songs coming out are so bad. Not that you should go do that, but you get what I'm saying? You're putting like a spin on something that a lot of other people already know about. And that's something else you should focus on. TikTok too is like thinking about not just yourself, thinking about what other people already know about and how you can build off of that. And yep, that's capitalism, baby. But hey, you know what? Social media, that's all it is. It's capitalism. No matter what you're doing, they want money, and the way they get their money is by putting things that a lot of people already know about in front of other people's faces. So even if you were doing like those little panel videos where there's someone else that's like a very popular creator, and then you were doing your own version of whatever, another one, like sometimes I've seen those work. for the love of God, I cannot stand it when I have friends that message me and they go, hey, this song is trending. I'm going to use this song because it gets a lot of views. Huh? Huh? It makes no sense. Like, I've, honest to God, watched some people that I know just straight up post videos and use a song because and the videos of nothing. Doesn't work. Sorry, doesn't work. Unless the actual video is like of something that's relatable. You know what I mean? But TikTok doesn't like specifically push songs just because they're in a video. That's what I'm trying to say. So all these like weird things that you hear, like I've seen some like weird TikTok growth videos of people who are like, if you follow this trend for 3 days and you get this amount of blah, 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 blah. Like, don't listen to those people. That stuff doesn't work. So I guess another like idea could be is like, one thing that I did when I was first growing my account is I was doing these like skateboard smash videos. So I was doing like day 1 of trying to smash this crappy board from Walmart. I did it all up to like day 17 when it finally broke, or whatever day it was. But it was like a series, you get me? So it was like something that was kind of entertaining, but it had longevity to it. So that people had to follow. I was doing like day 1, day 2, day 3. So that like if you saw day 2, you'd be like, oh my God, I need to see day 1. I need to follow along now. And like the only way to follow along is hitting the follow button. So you got to kind of like dig deeper into people's like psychology with that is what I'm trying to say. So you could do like day 1 of trying to smash my guitar. I don't know. I probably don't do that, but you get what I mean. Like that would be funny. It'd be a one-off thing. Like who else is smashing their guitar on TikTok? But this is where people go wrong. Okay, whatever you do, you need to pick something that you can keep making different videos of, right? So don't just do like a guitar smash video because you're not going to be able to go smash all your guitars, okay? Do something that has longevity to it. So for me, it was like that skateboard thing, it kind of ended after the board broke, and then that was like where I was like, now what do I do? And I honestly had a little brain fart there. I was like, I don't know what to do. And then I made one skate park review video where I was like, this skate park's good, this one's bad, and this one's good. And that did really well, and people were like immediately flooding my comments and were like, rate my skate park, and I immediately was like, cha-ching, rating skate park. So who knows? Sometimes stuff like that just comes up in the comments. People, will give you ideas. Also, when you're on TikTok, look at your FYP and look what has a ton of views on it and ask yourself, why does this have views? One thing that's really important is the attention grabber. I cannot stand videos that have zero attention grabber to them. Ones that it's just a video and that's it. And there's no context to it. Don't be that person. I've seen that, like, if you were to post 100 of those videos, I bet you, like, one would work. For, like, no reason. You know what I mean? Those videos, it's like, I'll get struck by lightning before another one of those works. But always give context to your videos. So, like, you got to have your punch, or you got to have your, like, grabber, and then you got to have your punch, and then you got to have your out. So it's like, you got to be like, this is the 3 best ways you're going to make money playing music or whatever. And then you can be like, this, and that. Hit that follow button for more tips on how to make money making music. Stuff like that. So you got to let your viewer know what they're going to expect. But you also can't be that person that's just like, check out my cool new song, and then play your, like, no one's going to care. I hate to say that, but nobody's going to care, okay? Maybe if you're like, this is my song about a breakup or something like that, or this is my song about, like, my freaking terrible love life. I don't know. Something like that, then maybe that's relatable for people, and that's why they'll watch it. I've seen that kind of stuff work. But to just come on there and go, hi guys, new song, and then play it, doesn't work. People are unfortunately a little too selfish for that. Hate to break it to you. Yep, just the way that people's brains work. I'm trying to think of any other tips, but my whole point here is that make something that's niche, very specific, kind of think about what you like, dive into a more, like, specific topic within that. So like, don't just be like the guy that's like, hey, here's how to make food, or here's how to make pizza. Be the guy that like makes freaking pizza that's for some reason blue, or like be the guy that, or be like the person that makes you know, a very specific kind of pizza that tastes a certain way or something. Do something real specific and keep rolling with that. And you'll know when you've made a good video because it'll get like 1,000, 2,000 views, and then make different variations of that video once it gets more views, and that's what will work. If you make one video, I had a friend do this, made one video that went viral, got like 10 million views. He might be watching this. He knows who he is, and we've talked about this. So I'm not calling him out. But it got like 10 or 30 million views, something like that. But then he's tried to make other videos, and the people that are following him don't watch it. So for the love of God, do not be that person that makes one viral video and then thinks you're good to make just anything. TikTok will not show that to those people. Don't do that. Okay? Don't do that. You get me? I'm very serious about that. Now, should we talk about YouTube? Let's talk about YouTube. I think that's enough on TikTok because that really is my best advice for getting monetized. And then you can, at 10,000 followers, you can get monetized, and it pays you like freaking pennies, okay? It barely pays you, but you know what? It's something at least, okay? Instagram bonuses will pay you more once I roll it out to everybody. They paid me like $37 for 8,000 views the other day. Freaking awesome. You can make up to like $1,200 a month on those. So sick. YouTube. Here's my advice. And I think I mentioned this already. If I did not mention this, I just got monetized on YouTube today. Today I freaking did it. I had a big old smile on my face when I saw it this morning. I was just sitting there like, I made it. It was pretty sick. Because it was something I've had my YouTube channel for like 12 years or something, and I've been making videos for like 10 or 11 years, so it felt really rewarding and deserving, I guess. But yeah, over the last few months, I found one strategy that worked really well, and I really want to share it with you guys to help other people, because I see people making the wrong stuff all the time. Much like TikTok, YouTube is looking for a niche. So it doesn't have to be quite as narrow as TikTok. It'd be nice if it was as narrow as something on TikTok. But there's a couple things that work. So hypothetically, you could make a very niche topic and it could work on a one-off thing, and then people find you and it blows up. That could work. But a lot of times if you're like starting from fresh on YouTube and you don't know where to start, a good place to start is like pulling from other popular current things. I'll just real quickly say how I got monetized over the last few months. There was this channel called The Barracks. They had this whole series they do every year's. Hey Max, your English is getting worse. Every year called Battle at the Barracks. And it was a very popular thing. Like 400,000, 500,000 people are just watching these every single day. And I knew that going into it. And so I thought, you know what? It'd be cool if I did like live reaction videos to it, right? Where I gave my 10 cents on it and I shared the video right after they posted theirs within the same time frame. And that strategy worked out very well because of a couple things. It was because of the title. I would put the title of the video that they used and then put my own little thing before it. So I'd put like, this video is whack. Battle at the Barracks 12, Tyler versus Jamie or whatever the title was. Because YouTube sees the title they have, and YouTube doesn't understand that like it's that it's like a different video. It thinks it's like the same thing, and it thinks that people, because it's the same title, it's going to bring in a similar amount of views. So YouTube automatically pushes that out to a lot of people because they see where they're all capitalists. It's all capitalism. So they're all just seeing where the views are right now, not in 20 years, not yesterday, not last week. They want where the views are when you crack your eyes in the morning and where the views are of those videos. So when I made my own thing, they're just like spitting these out to other people, if that makes sense. So I thought if I did my own spin on it, it's kind of like regular news, right? Like when, like, for instance, this is like, for lack of a better example, like when the mask mandate went out, right? Like if you saw these articles that were like mask mandate is in effect, and then all of a sudden you saw one that was like mask mandate not in effect, you're going to click the not in effect one, right? And you're going to be like, wait, why? That's the kind of stuff you need to do, is like grab people's attention through thumbnails. Thumbnails are just so important. I cannot stress that enough. Be a good thumbnail artist. Go on YouTube, watch videos on how to make thumbnails. For the love of God, if you have a bad thumbnail, nothing's going to work for you. I hate to say it, but that's how it is. Make a good thumbnail. Also have good like audio and video quality on YouTube. That's so important. I cannot stress. And if you don't have the budget for it, because I could see already some people being like, oh, I don't have the budget for it. And that's okay. Use another phone and use like the audio recording app on another iPhone, and you can talk into a phone, and that audio sounds really good. So your phones even do 4K. So, yeah, everybody has a phone, so you can definitely make it happen. And if you don't have another phone to record audio, you can go on Amazon, buy a little cheap audio recorder for like $10. I see people with them all the time. Costs literally nothing. And lighting, if you stand in front of a window, you have good lighting, or you just buy a quick $20 light on Amazon. But anyway, those things are like the little kind of side things that are important within these things I'm telling you. But back to like the views. So that kind of grabbing from something that is current, that a lot of people know about, and putting your own spin on it is a good way to start up from nowhere to get views and your stuff. Now, it takes 4,000 watch hours to get monetized on YouTube, and per video, I would average between like 1,000 to like 5,000 views on each video that I'd post, and I was averaging between like 75 watch hours to like 300 watch hours a video, and it just added up. The watch hours added up so quickly that it got me to 4,000, and I was quick to see, especially with my titles, like what my, what the people were watching once I was making these. And one thing I quickly found out is I was looking at the titles. For some reason, people are more gravitated towards like this certain skater named Jamie Griffin within skateboarding. And so because of that, I was like, that is the thing that people want to see. So I started making more videos around Jamie Griffin. And that seems to work for me. A lot of people are interested in that. And that's one thing you really have to do, is do your own research when you're on YouTube too. Know what's current. Know what is going on within like a niche. So like, I don't know, if you were going to do like commentary on YouTube, you would want to watch like a bunch of commentary channels and see what they're all talking about, and then see how you can implement that to talk about that. Again, people are selfish. They want to hear you talk about things that they already know about. Not, hey, what's up, guys? Today I'm going for a walk, and yeah, my dog is pretty cool. And after I'm gonna go get a snack at my, like, no, I'm stretching it a little bit, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like, nobody actually cares about you. It sucks. They care about the actual content, and so does YouTube. YouTube's like, hey, buddy, want to make original content? Don't do it. Don't you dare do it. And this is where I get myself in trouble saying that, because oftentimes people will go, well, dude, there's this band that I listen to, and like they have like so many views on their video. Okay, hey, yeah. You know why? Their channel has 300,000 subscribers. Once you have a subscriber base and you've done what I just talked about, and you have enough people watching you, then people are going to watch your original stuff. You get me? So like, I'm not saying nobody's going to watch it. I'm saying social media doesn't really push original content. It used to back in the day that we grew up making stuff, it did, but not anymore. Social media has killed original content. Even I've noticed like people with millions of subscribers will make like music videos and stuff like that, and I'll see those videos still like perform well. Get like their video will get like 900,000 views when they're used to getting like 3 million views or something. So YouTube's just not good at like pushing original content, and it sucks, but YouTube's like, hey buddy, where's the money at? And then you have to be like, YouTube, I know where the money's at, and they show you, and then make something around what is being capitalized on. if that makes sense. So really do some research, and I'm very serious about this. Go in, like, if you're, I don't know, if you're into freaking editing, go on YouTube and look up, like, editing tutorials and just see, like, what people are, maybe, like, one day everyone's talking about this new glitch in Premiere Pro that nobody knows about, and, you know, one person made a video that said, oh, the glitch could be this, and another person said it could be this, but then you're like, I know what the glitch is. Make the video that has the good, and freaking give it a good title. Be like, I found the glitch in Premiere Pro. This is how you fix it. And so many people are going to watch that. But in like in a music sense, if you want me to dive into that real quickly, covers. I always suggest covers because they're greenhouse videos. Greenhouse videos are videos that have longevity on YouTube. So you can always go ahead and make a cover, and you have to title it like this. Title it like if you're doing a Steely Dan Asia cover. Title it Steely Dan Asia, and then put like something after it. So put like Steely Dan Asia cover, or like Steely Dan Asia, a scary cover, or a wild, or a like insane, or a chill cover of it. Like give it a thing afterward, so that the YouTube recommendation system can push it in front of covers. If you go to any cover on YouTube, or covers or original songs on YouTube, people are always just listening to music on YouTube. Everybody, there's millions of people that are just listening to music randomly on YouTube. So you can go ahead and do that. But name it, the name, and then also the tagging. Give it a good tag, because longevity videos need tags. So just put like cover, and I have another video. I can link it in the description where I talk about TubeBuddy and how that helps with tagging, because tagging is pretty essential when it comes to cover videos. So make sure you like give it good tags and know what people are searching. But you have to do a lot of research around like SEO and understand that too. That's search engine optimization. That means you kind of like understand what people are searching. But aside from that, name it the cover thing, and then give it like a little spin so that it's like if someone's watching or listening to Steely Dan in YouTube's recommendation, take advantage of the recommendation system, folks. Cannot stress this enough. Take advantage of the recommendation system. I will die on that hill. But go ahead and like just put something so that when people are watching it, they literally will see like that you have a different spin on it. They're gonna click on it. It's all about making people click. The clicking thing is like a whole psychological thing. Like think about like if you were watching something and you saw a title, what would make you click? You get me? So don't just put like a cover by Timmy. It's like it's not gonna make someone click because they don't know who you are. People are way too selfish. If you were like a cover with frickin', I don't know, a cover I did sitting next to Harry Styles, and people are like, okay, I'll click it because I love Harry Styles. But you get what I'm trying to say. And if you're going to make also too a good idea, let's say like freaking Harry Styles puts out a new song tomorrow. Hurry your butt up. Hurry your butt up and be the first person to make the cover to that song and give it a little interesting title, because so many people are going to click that. And here's the thing. Here's the thing about covers. Make covers of artists that you sound like or you're similar to. So like, for instance, like if I was an artist, right? I don't freaking sound like Donald Fagen, so I wouldn't make Steely Dan covers, right? You'd find someone that you sound like, that your voice sounds like, because then that's how people can gravitate towards you. They're gonna be like, oh my god, you sound just like, oh my god, my favorite artist, you sound just like them. I'm gonna follow you. You get me? There's a few artists I follow like that right now, but that's just kind of how people's brains work, I guess. So go do that. That's a good way to get like your subscriber base up on YouTube, making covers. Now, you could also make a lot of like contextual videos too. But I do think that like YouTube's very niche. So like once you're making covers, YouTube's going to see that and start pushing your videos. But since it's niche, I recommend like figuring out what that niche is. Unless you just want to roll out covers and then put out your original music and just make that be your YouTube. I mean, I've seen artists do that, and that seems to work. Or I've seen it where artists will put out like some very relatable songs. Like the first line in the song is like the most relatable thing ever. And for some reason that I think people just hear that and they immediately click. Like I've seen videos get like hundreds of thousands of views just from like that, which is like really interesting. There was one video I worked on with this band. They know who they are. same thing. The first line was like very relatable in that song. Within like a day, the video got like 11,000 views. So there's something psychologically there about that too. This thing, every time I film a freaking podcast, my nose gets so itchy. I don't know why. But aside from that, I hope that like that makes sense from a music standpoint. You have to think about like other people before you think about yourself. So don't make stuff that's like you first. Make stuff that like other people know about, because they have to like come from somewhere. So like even if like your favorite artist put out like a song or something, you could put like, you can make like your own thing and be like, you know this song, I made like a freaking jazz version of it. Check this out. And then like you could play like the jazz version of that song, or you get what I'm trying to say. That's kind of how it works. But that's if you're coming out from nowhere. I've seen, now there's a different angle here where you could make like a one-off viral video. Like if you look at like, for instance, like Mr. Beast videos, right? I don't even like that creator, but if you look at his videos, he's kind of got these like real clickbaity, like I made my own Willy Wonka chocolate factory or whatever. It's like, okay, where else are you going to see that video on YouTube? You know what I mean? So stuff like that works. And you have to think, I cannot stress this enough. Same thing as TikTok. Once you make this one style content, just roll with that. And then you can put out other stuff. Like, you know what I mean? You can do that, but you just can't expect the views to be crazy, because YouTube's freaking, the way capitalism works, it's not going to work out. But yeah, I think, I mean, that's really the best way I can put it to you on YouTube. And that's what seemed to work for me. And that kind of has a quick turnaround with like watch hours and people finding you and discoverability, all that stuff. That's the way that I did it, that I described earlier, is like the most feasible way in my eyes. And I know a lot of other creators that have like came up that way. Now, here's another thing. This is the last note I'm going to tell you. YouTube gives you this tip. But if you know other popular YouTubers, popular content creators on YouTube, make collab videos with them. That YouTube is like screaming at you. Like if you go to their help section, the first thing they're like, make collab videos with other YouTubers. Make collab videos with other YouTubers, because YouTube's recommendation system will see their name and it'll start spitting you in front of their followers because of the collab. And they'll be like, oh my God, like Max is friends with this like popular YouTuber or whatever. And they're going to follow me because like people are like that. They're like, that's why I follow a lot of YouTubers I follow. I saw them do a collab with another and I'm like, they know that YouTuber? That's so cool. I'm going to follow them. Like your brain just works like that. Okay. I don't know if people watching this, your brain works like that, but everyone on the internet, their brain works like that. So collabs are like, God, I will die on that hill. Make collabs. And if you do collabs, don't just do a collab with a freaking pizza maker YouTuber when you're an artist making music. Do it with someone else that makes music that's like similar to you or in the same vein as you, or at least like makes music that's like the same genre. I cannot stress the importance of that. And think about marketing and think about your audience before you make this content. Audience is everything. Think about, who am I making this for and why am I making it? If you cannot answer those questions, don't make anything. You need to answer those questions before making stuff. And the same thing about what I was saying on TikTok earlier, that applies to Instagram Reels. So niche down, figure out, and I know that sounds very generic and people hate to hear that word, but that's the truth at the end of the day. That's how it all works. But yeah, I want to wrap this up before 30 minutes. If you have any more questions, maybe I'll make a part 2 to this. I just kind of want to talk about what helped me get to where I am today. Freaking being finally monetized on YouTube, and being monetized on TikTok and freaking Instagram. So yeah, if you guys have any further questions, drop it down in the comments. And yeah, I'm just curious to know what I didn't answer. I'm happy to answer more questions in another freaking episode. So hit that subscribe button if you're new here. Trying to make this more of a helpful platform than anything else. And I'm probably going to change this podcast name soon. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. And I will talk to you later. And thank you, everyone who's been watching my videos over the years. I appreciate that. Thanks for the support. It means more than you know. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.